Work is designed to kill you. That's why they make you work until you have like a year left before you die anyway. How many people retire and then 6 months later they're dead? Because it's designed that way. They want you to do that. Because if you're not working, you have no reason to live. They don't want to pay for you to sit on your ass and do nothing. Eat their food. Use their heat. Use their electricity. Use their water. And you're not working? No. That ain't working that way. That's why I think they off so many people during COVID. Because of COVID, with the vaccines. They off so many old people. Because it's a burden. It's a burden to the government. Old people are a burden. They wore out their welcome. They used up their usefulness. We don't have a use for them. Young people don't even respect them. They don't visit the old people, try to learn anything from the old people. The old people don't know how to work an iPad, so old people are worthless in the eyes of the young, which is ridiculous. Old people are very smart. They look at the world a different way, not all old people are great people in any way, shape, or form. The good die young, so the old people aren't really good, but you can learn something from them. A lot of them want to teach you what they know, but I don't know. It's just the whole idea is to work till you die. A lot of people are afraid to retire because they know when they retire they're going to die. So it's like, oh, the longer I work, the longer I'll stay alive, No, the truth is, the longer you work, the longer they won't try to kill you, But once you quit, then the doctors come in with their meds that kill you. They tell you they're saving you, but they're actually killing you. Like sunscreen. There's been more skin cancer in the world since the invention of sunscreen. I never used sunscreen, and I never had anything that looked like skin cancer on me. I would never put a drop of sunscreen on me forever. And any way or any day, no matter how hot or how many hours I spend in the sun, I will not do it. Because it causes cancer. So, flu shot. Yeah, more deaths go up when they take the flu shot. So don't get the flu shot. Stuff like that. It's all scam. It's all money scam. It's all about money. It's not about your life. It's not about what you're worth to your family. It's what you're worth to the government. And if you're old and retired, you're worthless. You're a cost. You're not a cost benefit. The cost benefit is to end your life. That's the cost benefit. And they don't need you retiring at 65 and still walking around at 100. That's not cost benefit. That's an expense they can't afford. And if they could end you anytime sooner, which they did with COVID, and they will do again with another disease that they just haven't given you the name. They have it. It's in a test tube. It's waiting. They just haven't named it or haven't given you the name of it yet. Like, we never heard of COVID-19. We heard of COVID before, but not COVID-19. So COVID-19 was unique. So there'll be another unique name. And they're drumming the drums. They're setting up the waters, that you'll accept it and you'll do everything they say, take all their drugs that will kill you, and you'll put your arm out and say, here, shoot me, please. Begging, shoot me, please, with the drug, with the medication in my arm. Shoot me with the medication. And you'll beg them. And that'll be the end of you. And it won't kill you right away, because then nobody would line up to get a shot. It has to take time. It has to allow time to pass from the shot to when you die, so they can say that it wasn't the shot that did it to you. It was something else. your heart, you're old, all these other excuses they can come up with, um, other than the shot, which they did with COVID too. People had heart attacks. I had a heart attack because of COVID, not because of COVID, but because of the vaccine. And I couldn't prove it. I couldn't take it to a court of law and say this shot gave me a heart attack. Because they would just kill me in court with, oh, he did this, he ate like this, he weighed this much, he did this, he has diabetes, blah 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 blah. We're not paying him anything, and that's how it would go, and that's how it's gonna go in the future. So that's what they're gonna do. So, they don't. Working is an end game. When you end working, you end living, and it's the bottom line. That's why the psych meds kill you. They kill you on purpose, because people that are on psych meds don't work, and they're a burden to society, and they cost society money. So if they can end your life by 10, 20 years, cut off 10, 20 years of your life, that's a win cost benefit. And, and they force the meds on you, so you don't have a choice. It's like I said in the last video, tuberculosis. If they do a TB test on you and you come up positive, you have to take medication that kills you. And you don't have a choice. And, they don't care, Look, they killed 60,000, 80,000 people in Vietnam without a drop of a hat, and they forced them through the draft to go there and die. They forced them for a needless, unjustified war that we were just trying to flex our muscle. We weren't attacking the North Vietnamese, we were attacking the South Vietnamese, because we wanted that South Vietnam to be ours. And it was all deterrence from an oil project we had in the Philippines. So, and if we didn't want the news on the oil project, we wanted the news on the Vietnam War. So it was a distraction. It was a big distraction, because the news, when you look at a newspaper, there's only one front page. There's only one front page. And they can't put 2, 3 stories on that one front page. They put one story on the front page, and that's it. And that's all they can handle. One story at a time. That's why you don't hear about Ukraine anymore. You don't hear about Gaza anymore. Everything's about Iran now. And before Iran, it was Gaza, and before Gaza, it was Ukraine. And now you don't hear about those other two at all. So, before that, it was, whatever. North Korea, it was Venezuela was one of them. I mean, we just go from one story to another, and Epstein, all the stories. And, when you hear them so much, it's, like Epstein's emails, they're very powerful emails. They have very incriminating stuff in them. But they're getting you used to hearing Epstein's emails so that it doesn't have the impact that it once had. It's like the George Floyd video. They played it once and they were rioting in the street. They play it today and people are like, oh yeah, I remember that. No big deal. And they're doing it again. They're doing George Floyd every day, just not on video. So, and today with the way things are, they'll do a George Floyd and they'll say, oh, it's AI. It's not real. It's doctored video. It's not real. And that's where you're going with that. All the videos that are explosive, like a Rodney King video or something like that, they'll say it was altered. It was AI generated. It's fake. Don't get mad. It's fake. And that's how they're going to sell it to you. So you don't riot in the streets. They just want no rioting. They want to do what they want to do, and they're going to do what they want to do. But they don't want you to riot because they're breaking the law and because they're breaking your rights and they're violating everybody's rights. They don't want that. So they're just going to lie to you and say it's AI. Don't believe it. And you won't know the difference, so you'll believe them, because a lot of you assholes believe in your government and believe what they have to say. And that's why we have all the problems we have, is because you believe your government. You believe your news. Your news is the government. You know, there's a reason they use those newscasters for so many years, because they want you to trust them. They want you to believe everything that comes out of their mouth, and without question. And once they have that, they have you. You know, it was like, what was it? Lyndon Johnson said, if I lose Cronkite, I lose the country. Well, that ain't changed. It's the same thing now. It's just not Cronkite anymore. It's somebody else. So, you know. But, like I say, everybody in this life gets what they deserve. And you all got shit coming your way. I wish I could be there to see it. I wish I could be there. Maybe I'll get to be able to watch it on fake news. But I somehow doubt it, because they won't report that. That's not positive for the government. You know, but like I said, what goes around comes around. And Trump's going to get his family's going to get his. Everybody related to that, the whole administration is going to get theirs. And I don't need that. I don't need to see it to know it. I just know it. And, you know, I'm comfortable not seeing it, because I know in my heart, I know that's how it's going to turn out. And I wish better for them. I wish they could do better. I wish they could change their lives and do positive. But they're so wrapped up in doing the negative that it's very unlikely they're going to change their ways. You know, leopards don't change their spots, and that's all these people are. They're leopards with 6 spots.